I'm Dawn Zuber from Studio Z Architecture, and I am here with my associate Dana Tuman and our friend Emily. And Emily had a question for us about what people mean when they say that a house has good bones.
Yeah, I often hear that in real estate and as descriptions of houses from realtors. And I was just wondering, from your perspective, what that means.
It probably means different things to different people, but to me, it means first of all, is the house structurally sound? Do you see cracks in the foundation, or do you see cracks in any of the walls or ceilings in the finished spaces? And also, I think that it can mean, is the interior something that you can work with? Can you fit your furniture in and have it be set up in a way that you're comfortable with for entertaining? Or is there a space to easily build an addition if the house isn't big enough for you? Is there something that we can do to bring in more light? Or, does the house have good light and good views? Like the view behind you is beautiful today, Emily. That's gorgeous. But is the house taking advantage of those views? Do we need to pop a window in somewhere? So it's just, I think it means a lot of different things to different people. So
it also, to some people, means, if a house has character, if there's little things about it that that you can really find, built-ins or just little things here and there, little details that really make the house what it is. And I think a lot of people think character is kind of ideal when you're buying a new house, for sure.
What would be warning signs that if I were looking at a house and considering buying it, that I should use my senses to kind of figure out?
Yeah, we have been in a lot of homes where you can kind of smell some mold or mildew. And mold and mildew are not necessarily the end of the world. It typically means that you have a water intrusion problem somewhere, but often those are easy to solve, and they're not the end of the world. And mold can be cleaned with bleach. But if you smell mold and don't see any evidence of mold, I would really do some digging with your home inspector if you decide to make an offer on the home, and make sure that you know where the smell is coming from and what's causing it and what needs to be done to abate the issue. If you go down in the basement and you look at the framing of the first floor, if you see joists that have been cut, or if things look like they've been torn apart and put back together again, that's a warning sign. I went into a home with a client one time where we saw that, and I just recommended, don't buy this house. It just looks kind of messy down here, and I don't know. It looked like it maybe had been changed once or twice even, and I would not recommend that. Do you have anything?
Yeah, I think also when you're looking at a home, which is kind of hard sometimes because they might have the temperature kind of altered because nobody's living in it. But thinking about the temperature, do you feel any breezes or drafts coming from the windows and the doors? Will you need to replace the windows and the doors? Are they in good shape? Also, if it's in the summertime and you notice that the air is on, does it feel like really humid? Do you feel heat coming from anywhere? Like, is it not well insulated? So
what about other rooms or places that we should check when we're looking at houses? Attics, basements, closets, anything that we wouldn't have naturally thought of that you would recommend?
Well, one thing you can look at is the attic. If it's accessible, if there's a pull down stair, or if you can pop up the hatch and take a look inside, often you can tell if the home has, if the insulation has been upgraded. If it's a newer home, it's probably pretty good, but especially with older, homes built before the 70s, when we really energy was cheap and we didn't worry so much about insulating homes. You want to see if anybody has upgraded the insulation, and then take a look at what kind of insulation it is. Like a lot of times fiberglass over time gets full of dirt, because if the house is leaky, which many older homes are leaky, that means that air is finding cracks to get up through the ceiling and up through the attic, and the fiberglass fibers actually will kind of almost filter the air and catch dirt, and that's not a good sign. It's not the end of the world again, but it's just not what you really want to see. It's evidence that you have a leaky house with air leaking, not water leaking. Also, there's an insulation called vermiculite, which was popular in the middle of the century. And that is a product that's actually a mineral that's mined. And it looks like little flakes of mica and little white pellets. That can have asbestos in it because it's often mined right near asbestos mines. So you want to be very careful. If you find those things, you definitely want to bring them to the attention of your home inspector.
Dana, in terms of kitchens, because I know you're an interiors person, if I was looking at a kitchen and it looked a little bit dumpy to me, how could I quickly tell if it was something that could be spruced up relatively easily, or if it would need really major intervention?
Well, I would, this is something that we can help with as well, but I would look for first any water damage to the cabinets. If you're not looking to spend a bunch of money on new cabinets, I think that a really easy way to spruce up a kitchen is to just buy or make new cabinet doors or drawers and use the actual cabinet bases themselves. So that's where I would look for any water damage is on the base. Also, looking at the appliances, are those in good condition? That's a really easy way to spruce things up. And then sometimes people will look at, a lot of kitchens have ugly soffits in them that sometimes they house, pipes and things like that, so you can't remove them. But for some reason, for a while in like the 80s and 90s, they were just building them for fun. And
well, I thought they had to have a place for the cabinets to end.
Exactly. So sometimes those can just be removed, and you can have cabinets that go all the way up to the ceiling. So small changes like that, if you can just kind of visualize. If you can't visualize, then we're happy to help in that way, where you can send us a picture of the kitchen that you're in the house that you're looking to buy, and we can actually create a quick sketch to show you what it might look like, either in the same configuration, or also if you're looking to revamp the whole space, then maybe switching things around a little bit.
I'm gonna have to go Google what a soffit is, though.
Oh, it's if you look at the ceiling in your kitchen and there's this little step down part above the cabinets, that's called a soffit.
Yes.
And often they ran electrical wires through that space as well. And if that's the case, then the wiring would need to be redone from the panel to the fixtures and the outlets up above, because you can't just cut it and patch it back together behind a wall. So does that help?
Very much, yeah.
Do you have any other questions?
No, not right now. I can message you when I do.
Okay, well, good. If you do have any questions, you can certainly get in touch with us via our website, studiozarch.com, or give us a call. And our number's on the website too.
All right.
So,
Great.
thanks, Emily. Have a good day.